Welcome back everyone to Data Science for Everyone. Today we're going to be looking at stacking and grouping with bokeh. Let's get started. So first off, let's go on and create up a new file. And let's call this bokeh bar, and we'll do 05.py. And so first off, let's go on and get some of our basic imports. So from bokeh.plotting, we're going to import figure and show. And then we're also going to go on and from bokeh.models, we're going to import in here some column data source as well as a factor range. And then let's go on and get in some other imports in here. And so from calendar, we're going to import month abbreviations. And then we also want to import numpy as np. And so then first let's go on and create some data. So the first thing that we're going to do in here is we're going to actually create up a list of tuples. So first off, we're going to want we're going to create up quarters, and so this would be like Q1, Q2, Q3, and then again here we'll have quarter 4. Then the next thing that we're going to want to do is have our months. Now this month abbreviation is a list of months, but it has an extra space in there, and so we're going to need to kind of clean it up a little bit, and we also want to split it. So first off, we'll do month abbreviation, and we want it from from 1 all the way to the end. And then I'm going to actually overwrite this again and do something like np.array split, and then we'll do months again, and we'll just overwrite that. And we're going to split this actually into 4 parts. Okay, so this is going to make a kind of like a 4x4 matrix. And again, this is just to create up some of our data relatively quickly, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. And then the next thing that we're going to want in here is, we'll call this our factors, because that's actually what we're going to be using as our factors. And I'll print it out here in just a second. And so the last piece that we actually want in here is we'll do a let's see here. We want have to kind of do this out in my head. We want what? Quarters, and we want the index of each quarter, and then we'll have the month, and we'll do this for index a month in, and we want to enumerate out our months, and then we'll do for m in month, and this will give us a list of tuples. And so I can do something like print, and you know what, import pretty print for now, pprint factors, and I will run this so you guys can see what this actually looks like. So you can see here that now we have a list of tuples, so where each month comes in, each quarter comes in with the month that it actually belongs to. And so this will allow us to have some nice and pretty factors. I personally prefer to do things kind of programmatically, so that it kind of cleans things up, at least in my head. So the next part, what we're going to do with this is we're going to actually also give in some regions. So regions in here, and let's make this something like east and west. So then let's do source. Here we'll source out our data. So we'll have our column data source, and this is going to actually, let me go on and make our data here. So we want what? Factors is equal to factors. We want east equal to east, west equal to west, and we'll create up some data here really quickly. East is equal to, and then we'll do something like how many data points do we want? So we're going to want 12, and so we'll do something like port random, and then we'll go on and actually I'm going to go on and steal the code that I had from before. I believe it was here, so we don't have to grab that. And so we'll do something like that. We want this here. We'll paste that in, and instead of the length here, we'll do the length of months. And we'll just say that we want the between 0 and 10. And we'll do the same thing here. We'll grab this, and we'll call this West. So we have some nice random data in there. So then we have data is equal to data here. So now we have all of our data made up. Let's go on and make our figure. And so we'll X range in here is going to be a factor range, and we want this of our factors. And then our plot height here is going to be to 50 again. And then we'll have our toolbar location in here is going to be none, and we don't want any tools. And so then let's go on and make a vertical bar, V bar in here, and we'll make this a stacked V bar. So we have regions, we have X here is equal to factors, and then we'll have our width in here is 0.9 to give it some space. Our alpha in here is 0.5. Colors, we're going to just pick red and blue. And actually, you know what? Let's go with our nice pretty colors before. Let's do navy and fire brick. And then we'll have in our source is equal to source. And then let's have our legend labels in here is actually going to be our regions. And this is supposed to be regions here. So let's go on and show what this looks like, and then we'll see what types of things we need to clean up. And I misspelled in here our legend labels. And it's not legend labels, it's legend label. Oops, and for some reason, I did not make enough data points. So let's go, when we go back, so a couple different things let's go on and deal with. One, I need to fix up our data generation here. I think I probably need to make, again, more data points in here. Another thing that we have in here is, notice here that there's this gap in here. And then we also maybe want to, a problem that could be had here, for example, is where this is. So for example, you see how tall these data points are. Once these data points get larger, they may cause us a little bit of problems. And then we're going to want to change and get rid of some of these grids as well. So let's go on and take care of all of those at once. So let's go back over here, and so here it's actually giving me where my data source is actually having its problems. It's going to be west and east are going to be our problems. And again here, if I do west and east, and I did the length of months in here, and actually this months category in here is actually a list of 4 lists. So that's where we're going to be having a problem. So what I actually will want to do is let me just go on and put in 12 in here for the 12 months. And let's just run that and double check. Whoops. Actually, 11. Is that it? Whoops. hold on. All right, hold on. Let's actually see what's going on here. Okay, so I was just being a little bit of a bonehead. What was happening here is because I was actually using this random sample. Now the thing is, since I'm sampling, it doesn't want us to have, it's not going to allow us to have replacements in here. So if I want more than one number, it's going to be a bit of a problem. So we're going to do choice in here instead and let it pick 12. And so let's double check that now. And again, it is still wanting to give me an error. Let me double check that one more time. Okay, so a couple of things that needed to change in here. Instead of doing random choice, okay, it needs to be choices. And then I need to make sure and set k equal to 12 in each of these instances in here so that whenever we run this, we're going to get all of our data points. And then we need to also go on and fix in some of these little eccentricities in our visualization here. So let's do something like p.y range dot start here is going to equal 0, and then let's do something like actually let's just look and see. This may okay, so another thing that we want to do is we want to add in a little bit of padding in here, and another thing is maybe we want to move this east-west type thing up to the top. And again, here we have these quite large values in here. Remember, they can be up to 20 or 18, so we may want to increase these values and maybe put this this legend up in the center. So let's go on and do that as well as add in this padding in here. So the next thing that we want to do in here is go on and do something like p.y range dot end in here, and I'm going to do 20, and then we'll do p.x range dot range padding in here, and we're going to do 0.1, and then let's also do something like p.x grid dot grid line color in here. We want none. Get rid of that. And then let's go on and change our location for the legend. We want the legend location in here to be top center, and we're also going to make sure and make that legend orientation. We'll make it horizontal. So then now we actually get this, and again, it's still maybe a little bit in the way here. Maybe we want to edit it a little bit more or change it a little bit more, but I think overall this is actually looking pretty good right now. Let's go on and make one more type of visualization in here, and this is going to be a with mixed factors in here. And so what will happen is, instead of having this stacked bar chart, we'll actually have a bar chart, and then we'll also have a line chart where each of them are dealing with different types of some different types of data. Okay, so let's go on and do that as well. I'm going to what are we going to want to do with this? I'm going to go on and comment out this. You know, I'm actually going to go on and just comment out all of that, and we'll go about everything with starting with our factors data, and then we'll go through and actually plot some stuff out here. So we want to go on and create a figure in here, and we want our x range in here to equal our factor range for our factors, and then we want our plot height here to be 250. We are also going to we're going to turn off our toolbar, and we're going to get rid of all of our tools. And let's go on and make up some sort of data for, let's just call this X for now. List range of 13, or you know what, let's go on and have it grab some random choice data in here. Why not? Always like using the random choice data, and make sure that that's imported. Okay, that's imported as well. And there we go. And then Y in here will be, actually let's have it, it's going to be a little bit different. So we'll do something like, we'll do random choice again, but we're actually going to do 4. So they're not going to be the same size. Now we will, if we used the column data, source data is actually going to give us a little bit of a warning. So we're going to ignore it for now and do just vbar in here, and we're not going to do stacked. So the X is going to be factors. The top here is going to be X. The width here is 0.9, and the alpha in here is 0.4. And then we're going to also do a P line in here, and we're going to have X here is actually going to be quarters. Okay, and if you remember, the quarters are actually this piece here. It's not going to actually be the factors themselves. And then we are going to also grab in Y is equal to Y, and then our color in here will be fire brick, and then line width here is going to be 4. And then as we've known in the past, we need to make sure and have in some a little bit of cleaning. So P Y range here is going to be 0. P.x range padding here is going to be 0.1. And then we also want to do P.x grid line color is going to be none. Show P. Oh, and what did I miss in here? Oh, Y range. Oh, whoops. This is, no, that's correct. Oh, whoops. Oh, Y range dot start. Okay, so then now we actually see that we have our data in here, and we have 2 different sets of data that's going on in here. We have this month quarter data, and then we have this quarterly data on top. Okay, so for example, maybe you wanted to have like the monthly earnings or something like that, and then you also wanted to have maybe the average quarterly earnings or something like that as well per each of those, and be able to show kind of the trend in each of those. So if you guys like this and you found it helpful, please comment and subscribe and hit that like button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.